Anyway, I will say one more thing about Japan. Careful being white, because I was actually... This sucks. This is the one part of the trip that sucked. The first time I was ever subject to an act of racial profiling was, we were going to get dinner, pepper lunch. Gotta have that pepper lunch. Gotta pepper that lunch. Check it out. Go to pepperlunch.com.jp. Anyway, we were going to get dinner, and there was a van driving around playing the Japanese national anthem with a guy talking over the loudspeaker really passionately. Like, I don't know what he was saying, but... So we thought it just sounded cool. So we were like, oh, cool. We were walking down the street and listening to that. As we're walking down the street, there's another group of American dudes. I don't know if they were in the game industry or what. But they were walking on the other side of the sidewalk, opposite us. And that van drove by, and one of the dudes, blonde-haired looking dude, as the van goes by, they have an open window, and he yells, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!" into the window, which we thought, whoa, do you not like the music? Like, I don't know. Well, we didn't know this at the time, but apparently this van that drives around is pronouncing to one and all that Japan is the best, and, like, foreigners get out. And, yeah. None of us knew that at the time. We just thought these guys were we just thought that their music sounded cool, and these guys were yelling, "Fuck you." That was kind of crazy. Man, the people in the van, the Japanese folk in the van, got so pissed off, they were screaming out the window back at the other American dudes. Well, the other American dudes they went, like, up the stairs to the bridge and went back the other way. Well, the van just kept circling around in the area we were. We were still on the sidewalk at ground level. The van kept circling around, screaming out the window, and their music was still playing, and they're yelling through the loudspeaker! Of course, they're yelling in Japanese, but I don't really know what they were saying, so I'm not going to attempt to replicate that. Anyway, so they're screaming at the top of their lungs, and I'm laughing because it just sounds like the guy inside the van snapped. And he's just screaming, and I don't know what about, but it just sounded funny. So I'm looking at the van. The van, it pulls up to the sidewalk, and I'm just looking in and just laughing like, wow, they are pissed off. Because I just thought it was some kind of weird situation. But anyway, we're standing at the crosswalk. There's a bunch of Japanese people around me, and they're all kind of smirking. And I'm like, it was me and a couple of the guys from Behemoth, me, Dan, and Emil. And we're standing there, just going like, okay, wow, they're screaming. And I made the joke, it'd be funny if those guys were yelling about us like they thought, they just thought we were with those other Americans, and they're yelling at us and we have no idea, Well, that's exactly what happened. Because we went across the street, and finally those guys in the van couldn't take it anymore, and they all got out of the van, and it was like a clown car. 8 dudes come out of this van, and they're charging, and they come at me, and they're trying, like, they're yelling Japanese at me, but with English sprinkled in. "Oh, you say fuck you to me? You say fuck you?" And we were just like, whoa, no. It was like the joke came true. We were like, no, we didn't say that. We didn't. Anyway, they tried to start a fight with us. One of their dudes came to me first, and I'm just going, nope, didn't say that. I didn't say that. That was not me. And one of them grabbed Emil. Another one of the guys, I'm like driving through like a wind, like, look like a cyclone. We don't have cyclones here in Southern California. Anyway. One of them grabbed Emil. One of them started shoving Dan, like bumping into him. But, so it got really gnarly, and we were like, dude, is this gonna be a fight? Like, we didn't Like, we wanted to do something because they were getting physical, but then at the same time, it was like, I don't want to go to Japanese jail. Like, I don't want to do anything. But just when we thought it was going to turn into a big thing, they were screaming at us, but they stopped really abruptly, and I think it was a mix of, I think maybe they thought we'd be confrontational since we were, they thought we were just screaming, fuck you. We were just standing there going like, no, it wasn't us. So between that, and I think they saw that we were all twice as big as any of them. Like, Dan is a short guy, and the guy bumping into him was like half Dan's height, so damn, They immediately stopped and just cowered down, just like, you say, fuck you? No, we didn't. And then they went away. But that wigged us out, just like, I didn't know that there were groups in Japan that hated other people like that. That really upset me. Japan is such a peaceful, nice place in every other aspect, and apparently those guys, it just sucks that no matter where you go in the world, that kind of thing exists, It sucks. That kind of rattled us for a night or so, but whatever. Then we moved into the city and bought video games and stuff. That kind of balanced everything out. But anyway, I don't know if that was kind of a boring story, but yeah, that kind of wigged me out a little bit. I was a little disillusioned by Japan for a short time, but all it took was Evangelion to revitalize that. I probably sound like the biggest weeaboo dumbass, but hey, whatever. It's just me. Take me for what I am, who I was meant to be. And if you give a damn, take me, baby, or leave me. Check out the Rent soundtrack on Blu-ray, high definition, Broadway. All right, so you